Hello lads and ladies, and welcome to this. Now today we are back for another video on the channel. Now today we are doing game week 8 League 1 predictions. Now we did it for the midweek results and it went quite awfully. I only got 4 results out of the 12, beating Peterborough, beating Wigan Athletic, Sunderland beating Crewe. Obviously I got a lot wrong as well. Blackpool I said to beat Charlton 1-0, they lost 1-0. Said Swindon to beat Northampton, Northampton beat Swindon. So not very happy with that. Hopefully get a few more right this week. If you're new to the channel, please like this video, it does help a lot. Also subscribe, that would be massively appreciated. We're trying to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Let's get on with the predictions. So we are going to start off with this week's early kick-off, and it comes at Gillingham against my team Fleetwood Town. Now, I like what Steve Evans is doing at Gillingham. He's really transformed them, and they've started the season quite well so far. They played 7 games, they've won 3, drawn 1, lost 3, and they've won 2 of their 4 games at home. They've beaten some good sides in Oxford and Blackpool, and it just shows you how good they are. Both wins by 2 goals as well, 3-1 against Oxford and 2-0 against Blackpool. And again, when they've lost at home, they've lost by 2 goals as well to Portsmouth and Hull City. So they were wanting to get back to winning ways after a couple of disappointing results, lost to MK Dons at the weekend. But I'm still confident they'll have a good season. Fleetwood haven't won away from home yet this season. They've lost all 3 away trips by 1 single goal to Peterborough, Rochdale and now Accrington Stanley. So it's going to be an interesting one. Fleetwood sits 3 points behind Gillingham in this one. I am going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think it'll be all level at the Priestfield Stadium. It's going to be an interesting one. Gillingham 1, Fleetwood Town 1. Next up is Blackpool against Milton Keynes Dons. Now Blackpool have only picked up the 4 points this season. 3 points of them coming at home against Swindon Town. MK Dons have yet to win away from home. They picked up 1 draw and 3 losses on the road. Blackpool have got that home victory and they picked up a point against Crewe last weekend. It is 22nd against 23rd in League 1. It's going to be an interesting one. I don't think there'll be many goals. Both teams are yet to really score many goals in games. Blackpool have got the most chances created in the league. I am going to go for a Blackpool slender 1-0 victory in this one. I said it the other day, I think they will get a win, and if they don't, I think Neil Critchley could be on very thin ice at the Seasiders. Next up is Burton against AFC Wimbledon. Now AFC Wimbledon for me have been a surprise package away from home this year. 7 points collected from 12 available. They did lose the other day away from home, which was their first away defeat. But they've only conceded 3 goals on the road, but they've scored 4. And when they've won, it's been by that 1 goal. Joe Piggott scoring the winner against Swindon. Seddon scoring the winner against Fleetwood. So they are in a good vein of form away from home, and Burton are not in the greatest of form. They've only won 1 home game this season, and it just shows you how they need to get off the mark and quick. They have conceded the most goals in the division on 15, an average of 2.14 goals per game. They really need to improve that, especially when they're not scoring. And Wimbledon are one of those sides, if they get 1, they can sit behind the ball and defend it. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Burton on this one. I think they'll just get back to winning ways because they're at home. It's going to be a tight one, but the Brewers to come on the winning side in this one. Next up is Doncaster against Crewe. Now Crewe have only played the 2 away games, losing both by 1-0. So they'll be looking for that first away result and getting a point or even 3 away from home. But again, they're not conceding many on the road, but they want to get into that scoring form. And Doncaster are on fire since the international break. I think they kind of went in it a bit leggy, and they've beaten Portsmouth and Ipswich, 2 sides that will be up there at the end of the season, in my opinion. It's a great weekend of results. 4-1 against Ipswich at home. They scored the most goals at home this year as well, on 9 goals. And Crewe won't be an easy feat. They will want to get back to winning ways after they're not winning the last few. Obviously, got a point against Blackpool and now losing in the midweek. I'm going to go for a Doncaster 2-1 victory. I think they are going to be in the top 6 come the end of the season. They're on fire at the moment. They'll maintain their home unbeaten run. Doncaster 2, Crewe Alexander 1. Well, what a form so far in this one. Now, I think this is going to be one of the games of the weekend. I'm going to go for Hull against Peterborough. Now, Hull have won 6 out of 7 games so far this season, only losing to yours truly, Fleetwood Town, away from home in one of those freak games, I think it was. It's going to be an interesting one because I think Peterborough are a good side. They've won 6 out of the last 7 and they've kept 3 clean sheets in the last 3 games. So they're learning how to shut the door now and getting the odd goal on the counter-attack. And they've got that firepower up front with Johnson Clark-Harris. He can score goals. They've got a good midfield of Smoduk's in there as well. But Hull won't be any easy feat. They haven't conceded a goal yet at home. They've won all 3 games by 1-0. I am going to go for another 1-0 Hull victory, but both sides, in my opinion, will be in the Championship next season. Going to be a tight one. Hull City 1, Peterborough 0. Another absolutely unbelievable game coming up. Lincoln against Ipswich. Now, both sides have started this season very well. 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat for both of them. Ipswich's result came in at the midweek, losing 4-1. And Lincoln lost to Bristol Rovers 2-1 just a couple of weeks ago. But Lincoln have bounced back well since that result. A 0-0 against Fleetwood and a 2-0 against Plymouth. 2 clean sheets. They'll be delighted about that. Ipswich will be trying to get back to winning ways. They are 2 points behind the league leaders at the moment. But the Imps, good at home. They've started very well and I expect it to be a very nervy game. I am going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. It was 5-3 to Lincoln last year. I think it was just before New Year's Day. It was an absolutely breathalyzer of a game. But on this one, I'm going to go for 1-1. Both sides will maintain their very good record and keep the same record on the league table. 1-1. Next up is the Cobblers against Charlton. Now, Northampton recorded their first home win of the season on Tuesday. That'll do them the world of good. They don't score many goals, but keeping that back door shut will be important for them this season. They're currently sitting 16th in the league on 7 points, level with Fleetwood. Now, Charlton, again, have got 60% of their points on the road. They've beaten Blackpool and Crewe, and they've got 3 clean sheets in the last 3 games against Wigan, and Blackpool are in there as well, and they'll be delighted about that because it's very important to keep clean sheets. Kept a clean sheet against Sunderland at home, so they are managing against the top sides. I think it'll be, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Charlton victory on this one. I think they are on the up now under Lee Bowyer. Going to be an interesting one. The Cobblers are going to fall short on this one, with the Addicts coming away all 3 points. Up is one of the biggest games of the weekend, in my opinion. Oxford against Swindon, a big derby. Now, Swindon haven't beaten Oxford for 19 years, since 2001. Now, Oxford are unbeaten in the last 8 games, so they played 8 games since 2001, and they've won 7 of them, and it's been a draw on 1 occasion. So, Oxford normally get the win in hand, but I think it's going to be a difficult one. Oxford got a win in the midweek against Milton Keynes Dons, 3-2 win. And Swindon are not on the greatest of form right now. They've lost 5 out of the last 6 and yet to pick up a win away from home. I am going to go for a 2-0 Oxford win on this one. I think the Yellows will just be superior. But Oxford, again, should be up there at the end of the season with the squad they've got. Swindon, I think, will be okay. But on this one, I'm going for an Oxford 2-0 victory in Sky Bet League 1. Shrewsbury against Rochdale now. Now, Shrewsbury have the worst record in League 1, tied with Wimbledon, only picking up that 1 point. But again, they lost in the midweek again after getting a great result against Wimbledon at QPR's ground. So it's going to be an interesting one. Rochdale recorded the first away victory in the week against Burton Albion, struggling Burton Albion. So Rochdale know how to pick up 3 points. I think it's going to be an interesting one. I don't think there'll be many goals in it. I'm actually going to go goalless. I think it'll be 0-0, both sides testing each other out. I think if you offered Rochdale a point, they would take it. But Shrewsbury needs to get off to that winning form, especially at home, because it's going to be vital if you stay up. I'm going to go for goalless at Newell's Meadow. Big games keep coming. It's Sunderland against Portsmouth. Now, Sunderland have kept a clean sheet in the last 5 League 1 games. They've only conceded 1 to Bristol Rovers on the opening day of the season. They're their only team unbeaten in League 1. Will it be their 3rd time trying to get out of this league? 3rd time lucky. Things happen in threes, as we always say. Portsmouth are normally better on the road though. They've won the last 2 league away games to Burton Albion. Now Gillingham winning by 2 goals, winning 4-2 at the Pirelli Stadium and 2-0 against Gillingham. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think Sunderland will just edge this one. I said it last week. I didn't think Portsmouth would get a result at Gillingham. I think it's going to be a 2-1 Sunderland victory. I think they won't keep a clean sheet in this one, but they'll still get 3 points. And they're kind of getting a bit of a rivalry there now between them two. 2 big clubs that shouldn't be in this division. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Sunderland victory. Finally, Wigan Athletic against Plymouth. Now, Wigan have won 2 games out of 7, and they both came together. Portsmouth away and backing up with a home win. They haven't scored in the last 3 games. They've lost all 3, so that'll be worrying times for them. And We've got John Sheridan there, who's an experienced manager who knows what he's doing. I think it's going to be an interesting game. Plymouth, who are yet to win away from home, they are better at home. They've beaten Blackpool at home, they've beaten some other good teams at home park. So it's going to be an interesting one. I think Wigan will get 3 points in this one. They always seem to go a couple of games without a win and then get a win when it's well needed to just lift them up that table again for a bit. I've gone for Wigan Athletic 1, Plymouth Argyle 0, 3 points going to the Ticks. So there is my video. Let me know what you think of my predictions. I hope you did enjoy it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. We are trying to get to 6,000 subscribers, so get subscribing. We are so close now. Thank you for all the support lately. We do watch-alongs on Saturdays and Tuesdays when Fleetwood plays, so make sure you join me for that. Until next time, I will see you in the next video. And until then, I'll see you later. Up the cards.